Hi guys, welcome back to my little coloring corner. In today's video, I'm just going to be giving you guys a quick update on how my coloring 30 for 30 challenge is going. This is the progress I've made in week 3 of this challenge. For week 3, I decided to test out my Prismacolors, which I recently acquired, and the book that I chose to work in was Rita Berman's Hidden Earth. The page in this book is one that I have chosen for June. It's actually a double page spread, but I'm just treating it as one page. I will not be coloring this other half just yet. I'll leave that till another day because I'm quite tired of coloring leaves. I must admit, these leaves took me, can you believe, the entire week of the 30-minute sessions, I just managed to color these leaves. They took really, really long. But I think maybe the reason that it took a bit longer than normal is because I was using my Prismacolors for the very first time. So the first day, I was like really cautious. I wasn't sure how they would blend. I wasn't sure how much pressure to use, how many layers I could make. So what I did is I started off and just used light layers. I mapped out my dark areas and just worked from there. I must admit it is quite a big difference from the couleur pencils. These ones, when you put down your first layer, you can already see the pigment. It's just so much better. So I didn't have to layer as much as what I normally do with my couleur pencils, which was really refreshing. So on day 1, I started with the little flowers, and I just used a combination of yellow and orange for them. Then I done some of the leaves on day 1 as well. And what I decided to do for the leaves is I chose like three greens, like a darker one, a medium tone, and then a lighter one. But I also added some of the yellow and the orange that I used in the little flowers. I added into the leaves as well. So what I basically did is I mapped out where all the shadows would fall on the leaves. But I broke it into sections. I broke the page into sections. So for day 1, I'd done the first section of leaves, mapped out where the dark areas would be, and then I built from there. So I went to the lighter colors, added the hints of yellow and orange, and then for my shadow color, I didn't want to use black. I decided to rather use a dark blue. So I used the dark blue just to add some depth, especially to the leaves that are further behind or that are basically falling in the shadow of the leaves in the front, in the foreground. So I basically just followed that process through the entire week, and as the days progressed, I just became more confident with the pencils and it went a lot quicker. And I really did enjoy working with them. It was refreshing being able to layer, but not having to layer so much. I must admit, though, I did expect the pencils to feel a lot softer than what they did. Like the videos that I've watched of people using them, they just look a lot softer. Now, I'm not sure if it's because the people are using more pressure than what I do, but it didn't feel as soft as what I thought it would. And as I said, yeah, I didn't struggle with the layers. The colors are so vibrant. After 2 layers, the colors are vibrant and you don't have to worry about putting thousands of layers on top of that just to get the color to shine through. I know with my couleur pencils, I have to go layer after layer, and eventually the paper just doesn't want to take any more layers, and I'm still not happy with the color. Also, what I noticed is when I started and I was like overly cautious, I was pressing very lightly in the beginning when I was mapping my shadows. But as the days progressed and I gained more confidence, I did start pressing a little bit harder when it came to laying out the shadows so I could see the color. I knew that the pencils, even if I had to push hard with them, the other colors that I was going to layer in would blend. Their blendability is very nice. So my overall first experience with the Prismacolors, I think, was a good one. I think the page didn't turn out too bad. The colors blended nicely. I like the color choice. And I'm looking forward to finishing this page using them and doing many more pages using them. I did have to sharpen them quite often. So yeah, I can see that a set probably doesn't last that long if you use them to color everything, but I will probably not color everything with the Prismacolors. I'll still use my other pencils. And I have ordered a set of Woomer pencils because I want to test them out and see how they feel compared to the Prismas, because I've seen a lot of good reviews on the Woomer pencils. Another thing I was wondering is this paper of Rita Berman. It's very smooth. I'm not sure if the Prisma pencils might perform better on a paper that is not as smooth. So I'm going to be using them in one of my other coloring books. I'll try and find one that's paper isn't quite as smooth as this and see how they work there and if they feel softer on that type of paper. Because on this one, it really did feel as if they were, sliding around a lot. But they were not difficult to work with. I had it in my mind that I was going to struggle, and I really didn't struggle with them. They really are nice pencils and they work well. I like the way they look. So I think that me being excited for them was worth it. I'm glad I've got them and I will be using them. All right, so for week 4, which will be my last week of this challenge, I'm going to complete this page. I don't know if I'll have time left after that. I think it will probably take me the whole week to do these sections in 30-minute intervals. But we'll see how it goes. I hope you guys enjoyed the update, and you must have a wonderful day or evening, whatever the time might be that you are watching this. And I'll see you in the next one.